Hi, my name is Barry Crampton. Today I'm going to show you around our Porsche Cayman, then I'll take you for a ride in it, but first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's a 2.9 987 two-door, 2009 on a 59 plate, has done 19,612 miles at the moment, but I'm out for a drive in it, so we'll have done more. The MOT is until the 1st of the 9th, 2022. The fuel economy, urban 20.5 miles per gallon, extra urban 40.9 miles per gallon, and combined is 27.2 miles per gallon. Has a 0 to 60 time of 5.8 seconds, a top speed of 165 miles per hour out of a 265 brake horsepower, 24 valve, 6-cylinder engine. As you can see today, it's not a very nice day. It's absolutely lashing down and I'm soaked, but let's get on with this. I'll just tell you the service history. So 26th of the 8th, and this is all stamped up in a proper book, not a digital service history. 26th of the 8th, 2011 at 5,548 miles at Porsche Centre Kendal. 15th of the 10th, 2013 at 9,737 miles, Porsche Centre Kendal. 22nd of the 12th, 2015 at 13,565 miles, Porsche Centre Newcastle. 17th of the 7th, 2020 at 18,067 miles at Porsche Centre Kendal again. So proper service history. I've just put my big cup in here, so it's really difficult to short. Let's just close it again. Right, let's go. I think today's video is going to be a nightmare, not just because of the rain. Hopefully the audio quality will be all right, but there was a Mac operating system update in the last couple of days, and since that's updated, my microphones won't download, so I'm having to download them on an old computer with the old operating system to get the sound. Let's see if it works. You'll soon know anyway. Right, so just having to be careful. It's quite a low car, and these are quite big potholes on the car park here, and the big like speed ramp exit. I'm not sure why they've made such a big ramp there. I can't see a thing. It's an awful day. Not the sort of day that you want to be driving a rear-wheel drive Porsche. This is definitely Range Rover weather. Proper sports car. Manual box. Just a nice, precise gear change. It's a height and reach adjustable steering wheel. Just make sure, yeah, I've got my lights on. Electrically adjustable door mirrors. The rake of the seat is electrically adjustable. There's a height adjuster which is manual, pump up, and there's also a manual adjustment. The road there is terrible. The tractors like roughed it up during the very, very distant memory now, but I think we had one really hot day and the tarmac had melted and the tractors ripped it up going into that field. As I say, hard to believe now. This is more like a British summer's day. So, as I was saying, more like a proper sports car, this to me. You know, no iPads, proper switches, nothing to distract you. You, the car, and the road. The steering's brilliant on Porsches. I've had several of Boxsters myself. I prefer the shape of this to the Boxster, and but the drive to me is pretty much the same. It's kind of the same view out to the front. It's only the back that's different. We've got the little spoiler at the back, which comes up I think at 75 miles an hour, or you can put it up with this little switch here. We've got aircon. The heating's good, I've got to say, and as I say, I'm absolutely drenched. Got airbags in the door cards here. Good looking car. Got reversing sensors on the back. It's at some stage I do need to just put my foot down a little bit when we get a nice stretch of straight road, that just to hear the engine noise, because it's fantastic. I think, did it say 265 brake horsepower? Now this is a 2.9. I had a brand new 3.2 550 anniversary back in the day in 2004, and I think the ordinary one was something like 264 brake horsepower, and they squeezed another 2 brake horsepower out of the, I could be wrong, it's a long time ago, but they squeezed a little bit more brake horsepower and dropped it 10 millimeters. But it had this awesome sports exhaust on it, and you just drove everywhere. Well, I just drove everywhere at 4,000 revs because it just sounded fantastic. This, as you know, regular viewers, is Certain Death Corner. Nearly got taken out by a big van the other day. I wonder how long it'll be before we have satellite navigation where the satellites are looking down on your road and you can see what's coming round the corner. Listen to that engine. So nice gear change, nice clutch. Love the cabin, nice and simple. Got contrast stitching. All looks good. It's just reminiscent to a proper sports car back in the day. I'm thinking MGB GT. And everybody be going, no! But I like them. God, I like them, especially the V8 one. Although I did nearly come to grief in one day. We had a black MGB GT in, and I used any excuse to go out in it. And of course it wasn't taxed, so I'd got the trade plates on, and the trade plates were stuck in the window, and I was going around this corner and like Sterling Moss, and the trade plate slid across the dashboard, and while the steering wheel was locked over, it came between the dashboard and the steering wheel and locked the steering wheel at a 45-degree position, which meant that I was coming out of the bend, but I couldn't turn the steering wheel back. Anyway, the MGB GT had very, very good brakes, and I did manage to stop before I went in a duck pond, and I've been rather more careful ever since. These days I'm not too keen on sports cars. I knew my sports cars days were gone when I did my back in, and an old lady had to help me out of my Porsche at the side of the road because I couldn't get out. Anyway, oh, here we go, into second. Right, that's fast enough. You get the idea. On the motorway on the way up, I joined from the slip road, and it just sounded absolutely flipping glorious. Looks like it might have stopped raining a bit actually. Unfortunately it's too late now. Got to get back to the garage, finish this test drive. So the outside look round won't be my usual. Didn't want to ruin my cameras. I did try it with an umbrella. I have a little umbrella to go over my camera, but it was also rather windy out there as well on the top, so it was nearly blowing my tripod over. We'll see where this guy's going. No, you're all right. Don't worry. I'll slow down. Proper handbrake as well. Little armrest. Quite a lot of room in the front. The frunk. Under the bonnet. Big camera bag in there. I've got tripod. 2 coats that are absolutely sodden. So there's plenty of room there, and you can also get stuff on the back seat here. There's a parcel net as well to stop everything shooting forward when you brake. It's just lovely. As I say, the steering, I'm not going to go mad because that would be stupid. But even so, you can. We've got indicators on the left, wipers on the right. Your lights are over here, side and headlights. Knock that away. You put your main beams on. You've got here a little function stalk. The information display in the centre there. It's telling me my digital speed, which is far preferable on a Porsche than the silly clock there. That's obviously Porsche aren't making enough money to cater for us British, and the increments go up in 25 miles an hour, so you're kind of guessing where 30 is all the time, and the same with 70, whereas with the digital speedo there's no ambiguity, it's 30 or 70. So I do like that in the centre. Left hand side you've got your the left hand side you've got your odometer and your trip counter. The right hand side got your fuel gauge, coolant temperature gauge, and then your clock and outside air temperature, which is surprising today because I think that says 11.5 degrees and it feels a heck of a lot colder. But then your information display in the centre. From here, if I click up like so that's average 21 miles per hour. Well, I've been sat in a car park videoing it. 23.9 miles per gallon. Again, it's been sat there for an hour ticking over, so that's come down a bit. So knock that forward. You've got audio there. Audio, no CD. Well, there was a CD in, but it was absolutely awful. Oil, measure oil level, limit. So you can set your current miles per hour to limit it. We don't want to do that. So we'll go down and go back. Info, messages, service. Click service. Servicing 17,200 miles or 373 days. So these roads like this, when I had the Boxster, I used to go up to the Lake District I used to have Thursdays off and go up the Lake District every Thursday for a drive. And they are just lovely. This feels like a proper driver's car, like Tom Hartley Jr. said in one of his videos. The modern day cars, and with all the gadgets on, you've got to drive them too fast to get any sort of thrill or enjoyment out of them. But I still think this, even though it stops you from doing anything suicidal, it's still a very, very nice feel to it. Nice feel through the steering wheel. Looks good. I'm not sure whether they call it Guards Red anymore. They probably don't. But that used to be a 911 in Guards Red, and you'd made it. I'll try and remember to cut a photograph of me in my younger days. Was it POW 226? Anyway, I'll cut it in. But we also had a 911 Targa, which air cooled. It was just beautiful. It does make you want to drive too fast, but it is very enjoyable, you know. I've got a funny feeling he wasn't going to stop anyway, but the thoughts there. Bacon butty guy's not there, sadly. I could just trough one. Wow. That's a kind of it looks like Fred Flintstone's camper van. A proper door on the back. Still, they're out getting some fresh air. That's the main thing. Everything good on the car. No rattles. One of the things you tend to get with the older Boxsters is that the hood's creaking a little bit. The arms at the back that put the roof up, they sometimes creak a little bit. The hard top, I prefer the hard top. No flexing. Wow, I think it was that Kestrel or Merlin. think it was slightly bigger than the Kestrel. So here we are, absolutely beautiful car. Got a company car, you want to enjoy your weekends off. I was just watching a video about the North Coast 500, and there was a few Porsches going up there. I've got to say that that does look like fun. But anyway, that's the car. It's beautiful. I can't fault it in any way. Very, very nice and clean, and just a proper sports car. It's lovely. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.